Okay, so we are about an hour and a half into this new patch, and there's some updates that I wanted to talk about. This one that I'm doing right now is going to be on the adventure modes. Basically, what happened was they added in an Inferno mode. So I haven't touched any of these yet, and so I'm just going to go through everything real quick, show you what a couple of the rewards are for some of the new modes, um, and then kind of show you how to, like a refresher on how to actually progress through these, just in case anybody's new or they haven't done any of this before. So basically, all of this is fresh, brand new, because I haven't gone through any of this on my main account yet, or any of them. So basically, it's just going to tell you, hey, you got Inferno modes. So you got 3 different modes now for your chapters. It's going to start here. Basically, what I'm going to start first is I'm going to go through and add in, or do my uh, preparation, so to speak. So you have a couple different skins that you can use. Well, you have one city skin, which is the Halloween pumpkin house. It's going to give you a bonus in used for march size, which is really important. The energy limit does help a little bit, so does the recovery speed. But the important thing for progressing is to use this march size because it's a huge boost. Another thing as well is the Leopard Rider March skin that you can get from the Crown Challenge. And so, um, you know, uh, periodically, whenever you hit your breakpoints for your levels, you can get the rewards here. And this is only for adventures. To equip it, you would go into your My Items in the miscellaneous. You just scroll down. Well, it's right here. So it's right here. So I've got 47 of them because I don't use them that much. You can only have one active at the same time, so you have to wait for your current one to expire before you can actually use another one. Um, After you've used the item, you go into decoration here, look at your marches, and it'll be here listed. And change when you change in to it the first time, it's going to start that timer. It's only effective for 7 days. And you cannot stop that timer even if you take it off. And so those are the 2 things that you need to make sure that you have dealt with. And so the next thing to do is to go into adventure mode. So we'll go through here. Basically, the easiest way to deal with this is when you hit the challenge button, you want to check to see what your strongest knights are and what the composition is made out of. So all of these are all chapter 1. I'm going to blow through all of these because I've got max knights and I've got tier 5 unlocked. So these are going to be super easy for me. But if you don't understand the basics, you want to check the numbers that they have listed out here. You're going to see you have these 3 melee or ground types for each of the 3 races. They all have the same number in here for troops. You have the 3 for range, they have the same number. And you have the 3 for mounted, and they have the same number. Typically, the best way to deal with adventure mode is to send missiles. So a single troop type, um, and you can mix races. The differences between races and adventure mode are non-existent. If you want to send human troops, you can. If you want to send savage troops, you can, as long as they're the same tier. They're the same strength, essentially. Um, so basically, you want to hit OK. One thing also to notice as well is I have 3 attacking and 2 defending knights. You really don't need these 2 defending knights. I've got one that's going to do life and one that's going to do defense. You could swap these out and do attack ones if you can. Some levels will require you to have the life and defense in order to get 3 stars. This is what you need to get 3 stars on the last uh, chapter of the master modes. And so I'm just going to stick with this until it doesn't work anymore. And then when it doesn't work, I'll just go through and figure out what I need to change to. So basically, when you challenge it, it's going to give you your first clearance reward. These are the rewards. Set the next stage, hit the challenge again. Basically, you just want to continue doing this until you no longer get a 3-star clearance reward. Basically, so far, only thing that we've gotten is speed ups and some gems. And then if we get to the point where I might be able to blow through all of these until we get to the last couple chapters, but just in case you are curious on what the rewards are, they will be listed here. You guys could pause the video when you see something. So that right there was chapter 1, Inferno. Went through everything, didn't get anything from chapter 1 besides speed ups and gems, which aren't super exciting. I do believe you will get what's going on? Okay, I do believe you'll get some extra totem pieces. Totems just came out today, as I mentioned before. Um, it's a brand new update. A lot of people haven't done it. I will make another video on that when I have more information. I don't want to post anything really unless I'm like pretty confident in what is going on. Adventures, nothing has changed. Difficulty levels has gone. Okay, so here is the first totem reward that we get. This is for the so this is going to be used to star up the epic quality totem of Blade Soul. So basically, I'm going to kind of skip on this, and I'm going to keep all of the totem information in the totem video. But if you're curious on what you're going to get for drops, this here on chapter 215, which I believe is the last one. It is not the last one, but on 215 you get your first totem piece. It's just an upgrade item for epic pieces. Here's another one on 218. So the last two in chapter 2 give you totem pieces to upgrade your totems. And I believe they're going to be for different types of totems. And these do give pretty good rewards. So hopefully sweeping will give more rewards with the Inferno ones than the Master ones will. Doing your adventure sweeps is a good place to get speed ups for free. And we'll just continue doing this. I'm going to be using a bunch of energy, so I'll just use a bunch that I have so I don't have to continue to go through all these. I do not think I can do a full clear of everything on Inferno mode because I only have a 1.9 mil March. I do not have I'm still CC 31 on my main account because I have no interest right now on getting to 41. It's not hard for me. I do have some ambitions stockpiled and I've got a lot of resources as well. So this one right here is also a Blade Soul Stone, which is the same one that we got from the first one. I did not check to see what the one is for the second reward they got on the chapter 2. So we'll check to see what this one is. This is another Blade Soul. So whatever this Blade Soul totem piece is going to be easier to level up to epic because we're going to get all these free stones here. So that was chapter 3. Anyway, I believe you need a 2.1 mil March for adventure in order to clear everything. Which means they're probably going to need to be CC 40, CC 41, or something like that. I don't know exactly how high your Noble Hall needs to be, but it sounds like that. There's another Blade Soul item. And I don't think we'll be able to get anything from doing regular sweeps. I think these are just for first clearance rewards. But it looks like all of these items that we're getting are all for the same totem piece. So I will write down this um, totem piece and make sure that I kind of go through it with more detail on the next video. Because yeah, we're getting a whole bunch of these items to upgrade that specific totem. And totems are going to be really nice to play around with. They do look like they're going to be giving a huge boost, especially if you are max research already. If you are a non-spender and don't have max research or high stats, it's still going to give you a decent boost, but it's not going to be as big because totems will increase your stats by a percentage of what you already have. So obviously, the higher your base stats are, the more the boost will give you, because it's going to increase that by a percentage. Ooh, what was that? Clicked on something and saw. Oh, right here. Okay. Oh, it's just a blade soul piece. It just had a different icon on this screen. You are also going to get totem experience from doing these Inferno modes, which is going to be used to level up your totems. But I believe those are from sweeps. 3 pieces from this on chapter 6. And don't forget, these are all rewards that we're getting for the 3-star clearance. If you don't 3-star, you're not going to get the full amount. So there's 4 there. So after chapter 6, you're going to start getting a whole lot of these. Although I'm going to continue to be surprised if I can go further without actually having to change any of my setup. As I mentioned before, this is what you use to max the last stage previously. And I know since, this came out and I've already got, a pretty good setup, some of the other people who don't have, a full set of Epic Knights and Tier 5 to unlock, it might not be as easy for you guys. So I will probably go through this video on an alt account to show you, because that's 11 pieces for this one. So that might be a super easy one to max out first. But anyway, my alt account doesn't have as many knights maxed out and definitely doesn't have that 1.9 million march. So maybe it'll have some good opportunities to explain how to adjust and troubleshoot for these. Oh, dang, 20 pieces to upgrade for 712. So once you get to chapter 6, it gets pretty big. And then once you get to chapter 7, it gets even bigger. And then another thing to pay attention to is I'm losing about 31% of troops here, so I'm getting really close to the point where I cannot continue and still get 3 stars. So yeah, right there. So 2 stars on this. I still got 25 Blade Soul Stones, but let's check to see what's going on with this one. I did get some more of these. Oh, look at all these totem experiences. So these are all of the rewards you get for your daily reset. So whenever you first clear these, you'll get those daily rewards, but then you'll only get them once a day, but you'll get them every day. So that's really nice to know that you're going to get all these. Like, this is a lot of experience here. So anyway, I did not 3-star this one, so we'll check to see what's going on with this. So looking at this, this has an even mix of all troops. It's 900,000 of each. Next thing you want to do is, if it's still a mixed march, you want to check to see what knights they have. And then you're going to have to figure out which knights boost which. This is a trap knight. We can ignore that for the most part. This one right here is a ranged life knight. This is a mounted knight that boosts, I believe it's just attack, mounted attack. This is mounted attack as well, and this is a ground life, I believe. So you have a ranged and a ground uh, defensive knight, and you have 2 offensive uh, knights. So let's try to reset our knights to let's try ground out. Let's just get all of the ground ones, and we'll try to stick with 3 ground attack and then do 2 knights for defense. Oh, did they use Tristram? That's a ground defense knight on that one. And then we'll toss in Savage. Yeah, okay, so that's ground defense. So they have a defensive knight for each one, and then they have a mounted attack knight. Oh no, that's 2 ground. Because this one was ground that we just checked at. Because you can tell, it doesn't give you the names of it, but you can look at the icon. And it was this one that they used. So that's a ground defense. And they also have this one, which is ground life. So they're going to be strong on ground. But, you know, just to try this out, let's just stick with ground march and check to see what the results are. And then basically there's 3 different ways to do it. So we lost more troops on this one. So what we can do is we can go back in here and check out the results here. So this first one was a mounted knight, mounted attack, mounted march, and we killed 8.73, lost 33. This one right here, we killed the same amount of troops, but we lost a little bit more with ground troops here. So we can go back in and we'll try this one out with the last real option, I guess, which would be ranged. So try this one out. So 3 ranged attacks, and then we'll try ranged life and ranged defense here. We'll take these troops out. And we'll send in ranged troops because they do have 2 ground defensive knights. So this one here, we've tried 3 different ways and we still only get 3 stars. So the only thing that you can do now is get a higher march size. So we'll probably have to upgrade Noble Hall in order to get through these last couple of stages, at least to 3-star them. But we'll check to see whether or not we can 3-star any of these other ones. See, like, there's a lot of soul stones on these ones here too. Even doing the 2-star is going to be really nice to have. But when you get to these points where you're only 2-starring, you're going to have to figure out, you know, what are the knights boosting on their side, and then try to counter that. So if they have a lot of extra range life or range stats, you want to counter those ranged troops. I wouldn't advise sending a mixed march. So I just went through all of these. Every single one of these gave a bunch of those soul stones. But I still have a whole bunch of energy to use. So I'm just going to go through and sweep this really quick, because this is still going to give me sweep points, right? No, okay, so it looks like this is still going to give you the same stuff for sweeping. It might change how many speed ups you get. I'm hoping it will, but it doesn't look like it. So I'll deal with that later. But one thing to pay attention to is you did get a bunch of experience. So I'm actually going to... So yeah, we got, just doing adventure mode, we got 354 of these for the Blade Soul Stone. We do have a Blade Soul Piece. But I have not actually played around with the summons too much. I think you need 10 pieces in order to do that one. Let's see which the Blade Soul one is. Okay, so it's this one right here. So it looks like this one right here. Once you get 9 more of these Blade Soul pieces, you can summon it. And it looks like this one's going to be a super easy one to max out because we have all of these stones. And these are going to be used to level up the totem. So once you get here, I've already got one because I got lucky with my totems, with my random summons, and so let's check to see. Every 10 levels, you have to use items to increase the stars. So this is kind of a mixture of your knights as well as your mana stones. So like on your knights, you have to use experience to level them up, and then you have those pieces to unlock the next level. Um, and then you'll use these. Can I upgrade these? So these are going to be helmet pieces to upgrade your totem skills. But I believe you need items to star up. Um, so unfortunately, I do not have the Blade Soul totem right now to show you how to deal with these. And since I cannot do that, I will try to get something dealt with and make another video on all of that so that way I can show you guys some more stuff. But that is it. Have a good day.